Okay, so talk me through that kind of initial ensemble building. What was kind of useful in that process?
Okay, so I'd say we played this game which I've personally called it actions and reactions, where we started off with like a big group, and then Sophie, the lecturer, would say walk around in a circle. So we'd all walk around in a circle. She'd say stop, and we'd all stop. And then eventually she gave it up to us, and we came up with other ideas like jump and crouch and breathe and clap. I think it helped with teamwork to get us used to working with each other and working as a whole group.
Okay, great. Okay, so talk me through how this piece is developed in rehearsal, and like how you as a group come up with the ideas.
Okay, so with Sophie, she sat us round in a circle and she said, what would you like to do? Like, what would you put in this if we had like unlimited budget? And she said, no matter if it's like wild and out there as possible. So some of us came up with ideas like Godzilla and come down and smash everything, and a plane would come and land and stuff like that. And then she said, okay, now think about more reasonable, like we can possibly do. And one of them was like hang me upside down like a chandelier and stuff, because I'm playing Fate, and obviously he goes into the air with the chariot and stuff. And then we basically put the ideas of what we could do into freeze frames. So for instance, hanging me upside down, we didn't actually hang me upside down, I was lifted up by Oscar and spun me around and stuff. But also the idea of that we could actually possibly turn these people into trees was a very common one for the Phoebus and Nurse Knights, the other one, didn't it? Anyway, and they all turn into trees and at the end of their life, so we came up with the freeze frames that looked best for it to almost look as if they are trees and moving around, people being roots and stuff as well.
Yeah, great. What about problems you feel the group had during the process?
As a group, I think our main issue was to stop talking, because we're all very social and we like to talk. But also I'd say learning lines, because we got to last week and a lot of people still didn't know all their lines, which again is fine because obviously you had the full weeks to do everything, but obviously I think it slowed down rehearsals a little bit as well.
Yeah, okay. How was that overcome?
Well, I did actually speak to people yesterday to see how they were doing, just to see how confident they were. And a lot of them said they were comfortable with their lines now, and they felt confident enough that they can get on with it and not have to worry about chatting and doing other stuff as well.
Yeah, great. What about a specific moment you gave to the piece?
The specific moment I gave to the piece is there's a bit where Phaeton's mum, Clymene, she's like, fuck off then, get out of here. And I decided that I'm going to play him as like a younger, even though he's supposed to be 15, but I think it felt more like actionful and purpose, that he seemed a bit younger, like 9 years old. So I stomped my feet and went, Urgh! A bit more effort than that, but...
Fine. Yeah. Okay, so today's performance day. What do you want the audience to get out of this piece?
I want them to, I don't know, feel entertained, because obviously you don't go to theatre to not be entertained. Well, it depends on the theatre, I guess, if you're a critic maybe, but no, I want them to have a bit of regret and sympathy for the characters, because a lot of them, they go through some stuff that a lot of people don't have to deal with. For instance, trying to find who your dad is and turning into a tree, I guess. But yeah, I think it's important that the audience feel sympathy and also.
How are you going to go about doing that?
I think as long as everyone fully characterises and gives it their all, that they'll sort of buy into it and probably like feel what we want them to feel, hopefully.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I think I'm comfortable.
Great, thank you so much.
Of course, no worries.